Hey, what's up folks? This is Tony Tours Toronto, and this is a little bit different kind of video. My GoPro, I'm currently sending it off to have some warranty work done on it. So I didn't get really, I didn't get a good video this week as far as riding. So hopefully you like what I've done. This week, I'm going to tell you a story from a ride that I went on a few days ago, about a week ago now, where I had a wreck. Yes, I wrecked my bicycle. My 2020 Specialized Roubaix. We flipped, my legs all bummed up. My elbow is it's healing now, but my elbow was bummed up. But anyway, so I'm going to tell you the story about my wreck, and then after the story, I've got a couple of video clips that you may or may not like, you may find interesting. It's from where Anthony and I went to the Tommy Thompson park and rode to the trail, rode the 5-kilometer trail all the way down. So anyway, yeah, so the circle that I do leaves the house here, and it goes to the Don Valley River Park, and I go all the way around, and I go down to the Canary District, and then I go up. I call it Shooter Road or Shutter Road, but I think my GPS pronounces it Shooter. Anyway, I go up Shooter Road, and I'm supposed to take a right on Sherburne. And Sherburne takes me to Bloor East, and Bloor East turns into Danforth, and of course from Danforth I'm pretty much home. And that's a pretty good little circle. It's around 12 miles. I don't know what that calculates into kilometers, but anyway. I was riding my bike, and I was dialed in, and I was focusing on my cadence. My average speed was really good. I was doing some personal best, and I was focusing on the riding itself. And I rode past Sherburne. Well, that's okay. So I just turned right on Church Street, and I knew Church Street would take me where I needed to go, or I was about 85% sure that Church Street would take me where I needed to go. And when I turned on Church Street, I realized that Church Street is a street where the streetcars run down. So there's rails, streetcar rails, embedded in the street itself. So no big deal. You just got to be careful. You've got to be careful how you cross these things, because if you cross them at too soft of an angle, your tire can get sucked down in it, and then of course over you'll go. And whenever LaBeth and the kids and I ride downtown, and we ride on these streets that have these streetcar rails embedded in them, I tell them, be very careful, because these things will throw you. And lo and behold, I'm the one that got thrown. So I turn right on Church Street. And again, I'm going slow because I'm only about 85% sure this is where I need to be. For one. For two, there was construction, and number three, there was traffic, like a fair amount of traffic. So I was careful. Well, the construction pushed me over out of the lane where I had to cross one of the streetcar rails. No big deal. I just crossed it at a sharp enough angle that it doesn't matter. And then when I get past the construction, I go to cross it again to get back in my lane, and I didn't take it at a sharp enough angle. So I feel like there's a tactile clunk, and I feel my front wheel get down in that track. And so luckily I used to train horses, so I'm good in a situation like this. Time kind of slows down, and I knew, okay, I'm about to flip over. And I knew that I'm clipped in, so I clip into my pedal, so I'm attached to my bicycle. So what I do is I go to navigate that crash as if the bicycle is is an extension of my body. So I just kind of roll it around, and what hits is the bicycle handlebars, the hood. I roll on my knee and leg, and my elbow, and I protect my shoulder. I hit my helmet, which is fine. That's why you wear a helmet. And my bicycle is literally on. I'm wheels overhead, and at that point the bicycle kind of launches, and it launches and lands about 2 meters away, like it kind of catapults. So these people that were around, I think I scared them. Now, I'm 6'2" tall, and right now I weigh 350 pounds, and I've lost enough weight that I no longer look like just a soft, fat guy. I look like what I actually am, which is a really hard guy in the past that used to be a heavy, a tough, and now I've kind of got the dad bod and I'm soft, but there's still an air of danger. And I say this to say that when I rolled up, I was as angry as I've ever been in my life. I mean, I had white hot anger for about 20 seconds. And I marched to my bicycle, and like people kind of shoof. They were like, I think I scared some folks with my visage, with the face that I was making and the posture that I had. And this one guy stuck around, bless his heart. I walked to the sidewalk and he says, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes, I am fine." And I can't remember exactly what I said to him because I'm disoriented. I said, "Listen, I'm just taking inventory, making sure I still work. I'm not hurting." Well, I mean, I was hurting, but what I meant by that is I'm not hurting like to the point where I'm incapacitated. So I said, "I'm not hurting all that bad. I'm taking inventory of my joints, making sure nothing's broke. I've got to check my bike. Thank you so much." And we exchanged a couple of other pleasantries, and like, this guy's nervous and like he's shaking. And I said, "I'm very sorry." I said, "I'm a little disoriented. I'm a little bit, I think I said discombobulated. That's a Southern term if there ever was one." And he said, and like I said, bless his heart, he said, "Do you want me to stay with you and talk for a while?" And I said, "No, don't worry about that. You can go on about your business. I really appreciate it though." So I sat down, I propped my bike up and I sat down in the stoop of what I thought was like a shut down business, like not an abandoned business, but a business that shut down because it was all dark and everything. And I leaned. Nope, I'm getting my story out of order. See, that's what trauma does to you. It makes the timeline incongruent. So I'm sitting down, and a man from across the street, and I think he sounded like someone from India, and he walked over and he handed me about a 20-ounce bottle of cold water, for which I was grateful. And I think he may have been some kind of I don't know if he was a doctor. He used words that made me think that he at least had some kind of medical training. He said articulate. He used the word articulate. He said articulate your joints while you're sitting here so you don't get too stiff. Make sure that everything bends and works and all that. Do you need me to call anybody? All that good stuff. And of course, I profusely thanked him for the water and told him that I was indeed fine. And he said, "Okay, well, I just wanted to check on you. And I'm glad you're okay." And he goes on about his business. Well, I drink about half of the water, and then I lay back, and I just kind of stretch out. And then I look, and there's a guy come to the door with a cigarette in his mouth, and he goes like this, and I go, "I'm sorry," and I set up. And when he comes out the door, he says, "Don't worry about it." He said, "I used to bicycle, and I know sometimes you need a rest." And of course, I'm like, "Well, it's not quite that." I said, "I just had a wreck, and I crashed my bike." And then he kind of looked at me, and he like, "Oh yeah, you have. Are you okay?" So we exchanged some pleasantries and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's so ironic that I'm the one that was trying to educate my children and my spouse about the danger of these rails on the street and how careful you need to be with them. And then lo and behold, I'm the one that gets tossed on my rear. I'm the one that crashes. So anyway, I look, my bicycle, the hood, one of them is turned in, which that's the point of contact with the ground. Luckily, I carry with me a tool set, so I loosened that, I straightened it up, I got my chain back on the chain ring, gears work fine, brakes work fine. Thank the good Lord that my carbon fiber frame was not busted in any way. The damage that my bike took was on the handlebar. The bar tape is kind of ripped. That's a $45 repair. so we're all good. And I say this kind of being funny, but kind of being serious. I thank God that my bike wasn't hurt more so than I'm not hurt, because it doesn't cost me any money to heal my body, but it cost me money. I wouldn't be able to replace my bicycle if it broke. So I'm very thankful that my bicycle wasn't hurt. I'm very thankful that I didn't break any bones. But that's my story about the day that I had a wreck, because I missed my turn and I turned up a road. I was going north on Church Street. Anyway, that was about 8 miles into a 15-mile ride. I rode the rest of the way home, put up some good numbers, and not the day after, but the day after that, I rode a 25-mile ride all the way from the house to Humber Bay Arch, and my average speed for that 25-mile ride was 12.7 miles per hour, which I have a short-term goal of being able to do a ride for above an hour at a 13-mile-an-hour average speed. Really, I want to get back to where I was, which is riding 20 to 25 miles and my average speed being between 17 and 20 miles per hour. So I've got a long way to go, and the only way that I'm going to get there is if I lose this last 50 pounds. So y'all keep me in your thoughts, and send me some well wishes. Like, subscribe, and share if you like content like this, and if you like content about me riding my bicycle. So what you're about to see is a couple of video clips that me and Anthony took whenever we were out on our bicycles, separate and apart from the day that I just told you about. So I hope you like them. Please interact with this content. Like, subscribe, share, and YouTube's algorithm will pick it up and put it in front of people who share similar interests as yourself, and you will help us grow this channel. I'm eventually probably going to start a Patreon or something like that, so I can do some sponsored rides and such. I'm going to be riding either in August or the first part of September from Toronto to Niagara Falls, and I want to make a video for you, and it would be really cool if I had some sponsors. So anyway, that's all I've got here. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, invite your friends, and stay tuned to the end of the video. God bless. Peace out. This has been Tony Tour Toronto, and we'll see you later. All right, folks. So where we at? Tommy Thompson Trail, and I thought I'd just give you a little video. I don't know, a little video of some stuff. We thought we'd pull over and check some of the scenery out. Here's Anthony. Hello. All right, I'm gonna quit viewing me. Okay, folks, if we have audio on this at all, you need to go out and buy you this Deity microphone. I'll put a link in the comments below, where I'll put a link in the description. This is Tony Brewer with Tony Tours Toronto. and we are at the end of the trail of the Tommy Thompson Park here in Toronto. Back behind me you can see downtown, the skyline. It's beautiful out here. It's really, really windy. These waves are white capping. I've never seen the waves in Toronto or in Lake Ontario do this. I really appreciate all of you that have subscribed to my channel, who watch my content. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Like, subscribe, and share, and keep a lookout for more content from Tony through to Toronto. Peace out. What do you think about today's ride, Anthony?
It was very difficult, but I think it was worth it towards the end. It was great.
What made it worth it towards the end?
This part, but mainly I liked the little outcrop that we were in. That was nice. I really liked it.
Awesome. All right, what do you have to say to the viewers?
It's cold.
It is, yeah.
It's very cold.
So that is something I forgot to talk about. I'll bet you there's a 10 to 12 degree Fahrenheit temperature change from right here on this little peninsula to the trailhead. It is chilly around this lake. Anyway, peace out. See y'all.